Yeah, sure.
Mhm. So before we go into the Mkto and look at all the four core applications and other things inside the Mkto, we have to understand why we need the Mkto. And in order to understand why we need the Mkto, what is the usage by the organization, how we can use it for our businesses, it is important to understand the team structure first and the difference between the modern marketing versus the traditional marketing approach. So typically, if you look at the team structure we used to have in the traditional approach, let us suppose if this is a marketing team. So within the marketing team, we have one of the teams taking care of your PPC campaign, some of the team members taking care of your social media, somebody is working on the email marketing, somebody something do, maybe some SEO work and anything around that. And apart from this core marketing team, we have the functional team as well who support this core team. We have a developers who work on the website, designing the landing pages and the code for your emails. Similarly, we have a content team who work on the content for a landing page, emails, copywriting materials for your collaterals, and so in all. Analytics who works on the reports. So we would have this kind of a structure in our traditional marketing approach. The same thing we have in modern marketing team as well, but the way they operate is quite different. 10 years back or 20 years back, if you look at their job or their responsibility, PPC campaign team may be working on some other agenda. Social media working on something else, then email marketing have their own set of goals. SEO is working on the different other products to promote on the search engines. Similarly, different team members have their different set of goals and they work like a competitor to each other so that they make some dominance within the marketing. So PPC team try to get the more results for their businesses by doing only the thing or only the things which may help their team only, providing the importance to them so that they can generate the more business, more leads or provide more visibility for a new product. Similarly, your social media do the same thing and email marketing is doing the same thing to generate more and more leads. Email marketing focuses on the products and services which is helping them to generate more leads, irrespective of the quality of the leads. Nobody is taking care about it. And because of this team structure, all the pains actually taken or experienced by your customer. So if this is a customer, for example, and if we consider these are all the touch points, the person if see something through, if try to do some questions on the Google or try to find out some answer from the Google or any search platform, through the PPC they are seeing something different. From the SEO results, they see the different thing. So it means that this person at different touch points receiving a different set of content, and even in the worst case they see the different visual experience. There is no consistency in terms of branding, colors, visuals, layout, design, and the tonality of the content, which also matters. So this person as a customer experience the different thing with respect to the different touch points. And even this person may need to connect with the accounts team as well, which works parallel with your marketing team, then with the service team, with the sales team. So sales team has their own set of world. They are completely disconnected with the marketing team. We as a marketers living in our own world, and the same thing the sales team were also living in their own at their own world. They are not working with the marketing team to come up with a common goal so that eventually help your organization or business. So they only work on to get the targets meet, and at the same time marketing team is doing the own work. And because of the inconsistency, when this person by any chance getting interacted with your accounts team for some billing issues or anything around that, then this person receives a different set of experience altogether. So every touch point we have the isolated and a different set of experience for your customers. Inconsistency. And if you have inconsistency, ultimately you won't be able to create a brand value and the customer won't feel connected with you. If they find the alternative, then definitely they will go for an alternative in future. They will not going to stick, they will not going to stand in a queue for a long hours just to buy an iPhone. So in order to mitigate all this such problems, to address this problem, eventually all the organizations needed to adapt the marketing automation or modern marketing approach, where if I draw a circle and represent this circle as your modern marketing team, and one of the touch points is your email, one of the touch points is your event, one of the touch point for something else, your PPC, then SEO, then Google or search engine marketing. So all these are the platforms representing your marketing team. Now, if the person visit or receives an email, for example, and try to visit and try to do the Google search contemporary to find out the relevant information or try to verify the information received through an email, then this person should get the same content through the PPC campaign. When this person try to type the keyword to find out the relevant information, the information they get in the email, because of this PPC result, the person receives the same information and even much more better information. And through the SEO, also all the relevant pages will get pops up in the top search result, so the person may find the same relevant information. So at every touch point, this person is getting the same relevant information and finding the consistency in terms of branding, visual experience, as well as the content, as well as when interacting with the person one-on-one, be it your marketer, be it your accounts team, or be it your sales team. So as a marketer, we interacted with the customers time to time, like when we conduct a webinar, we do the seminars. So these are the touch points where we directly connect with the customers and we got an opportunity to know about them. And once we know better about them, we would able to create a better campaign for them, which making 100% sense to them. So this entire circle representing your integrated approach, because your PPC team, your SEO team, your content team, or all such marketing team is working towards a one single goal, one single agenda. So at any point of time, they have a common goal and they work on the common goal. But there is a problem with this approach as well. And there is a technical problem, technological problem we have with this approach, or even with the traditional approach. And that technical problem is relevant to your platform. As your team has their own platform where they work, off off page optimization, on page optimization, they have their own platforms from where they take care of the entire operations with respect to the SEO. Similarly, for email marketing, they have their different platform where they manage the database, creating the emails, then collaborating your target audience with the emails and shoot out the emails, receive the responses, so and all, taking care of your entire report. So they have their altogether separate email marketing platform. Similarly, for the respective team members, they have their separate platforms. And the problem is, once you collect the data here in your SEO team, or the data received by your SEO team is not nowhere connected with your email services, nowhere connected with your social media services or the PPC services. But if we take a time and imagine a scenario where if you do not have enough information, still the information, that particular information is lies somewhere in your organization, but still you cannot use it, how can you come up with 100% result? How can you create a more better uh, overall campaign which may give you the higher rate of results compared to the previous result? Unless until if we do not have a sufficient data, we won't be able to come up with the improvisation in our regular campaigns. So for that reason, we need a solution some particular thing which help us to collect all the data into a one single location, which may be considered as a source of truth for your data, single source of truth. Now these days, organizations either taking CRM as their source of truth or otherwise the marketing platforms as a source of truth, either CRM or either marketing. But ultimately, whichever the platform they are taking as a source of truth, they are collecting all the data back to that system. So it's like a centralized system. If it is a CRM, for example, then the data they collected from the PPC campaigns, from social media, from YouTube marketing, from events, from all over the touch points, even from the accounts team, from the sales after service team. So all the touch points from wherever the person receives the information about a customer, their personal information, their professional information, all the informations are important because how they spend their life uh, when they are not in office, how they spend their weekend, where they would like to go over a weekend. So everything matters for a brand. And depending upon the product you have, more you know about them, more we able to serve them with the right set of information. Because in the traditional approach, if you look at the structure, we never be imagine about the right information to right person at right time. Never be possible with the traditional approach. But with the modern marketing approach, it is possible because we are started caring about the team, caring about your customer instead of your product. In traditional approach, we were caring about the product. Just like when we used to have a Doordarshan, the only one channel through the antenna, then uh, we have no other options to switch over to another channel. We used to have to watch the video ads, and this is the only single source of truth. If somebody, the celebrity who promote any particular product, then we would have blindly trust on that particular product and we buy the things. But right now we live in the information age. Every bit of information in the tips of our hand. We have to just Google it. We will find out the information, the relevant information. We cannot, nobody can play around with the wrong information for a longer time. Okay, so we have to have provide the right set of information, personalized experience for a customer. And in order to create a personalized experience, either you have to hire more and more people in your system who look at your data, the respective records in your system, what they are doing, when they are opening the email, which particular topic they are interested in what format they are liking the topic. Every bit of information they have to collect it manually. And just because of that problem, to manually tackle out all the work, plus the systems are not integrated. We have a different application for a SEO team, for a PPC team, for email marketing, for a content team, for a web developers. So we have the isolated platforms. So these are the two major problems. That's where your Marketo like platforms comes into picture, who provide an integrated software system or solution system where all the teams can work together, collaborate together, work together in a single platform, and also at the same time you can retain your customers' information within the same system from wherever you got the information, whatever the touch points it may be, from your Marketo things or from your Marketo assets or outside the Marketo, anything you build outside the Marketo, because ultimately for PPC campaign we have to create something within the Google, within the Bing. Similarly, for social media marketing, we have to use the platforms of social media. If we have a B2B client, then we have to use LinkedIn. If we have a B2C, then we can go by the Facebook. And one of the best example relevant to your modern marketing, whenever you go to the Amazon site and explore any particular product, for example, and after few hours of your time, immediately you start receiving the same product information in your social network, in your social feeds, in terms of your reels. Reels are popular now these days, plus any social feeds. If you scroll it down through the social account, plus relevant PPC campaigns, where the Google shows the product. So at all over the locations, we see the retargeted campaigns. The system able to identify our activity, what we are doing on the other platforms as well. And because of our activity, they have created the personalized experience. We as a customer, let us suppose there are two people. There are two-person visited Amazon, somebody visited a product A. And this is the beauty of your marketing automation, not just with the Mkto, any marketing automation. So principles, whatever the principles we learn through the entire training session, the same principles you can apply in other marketing automation platform as well. It is just the difference of how they operate it, how they use the principle. This is the only difference. Otherwise, the core work, the core principles will remain the same. Okay, let us suppose this is a product A and this is a product B. The person A visited the product A. Person B visited the product B. Now, this person will see the relevant product B related campaigns or the product related information in their social feeds. Similarly, if the person A visited the product A, then this person will see the information around a product A within the feeds or within or anywhere the ads comes into picture. So this is the beauty of a personalization. And the modern marketing core principle is to provide the personalized experience to your customer. And manually, it is not possible to perform it. But any tool adapted by Marketo, adapted by market only when something is done offline and that offline work producing the results. Otherwise, we see the major failures. There are a lot of softwares created in the past, in the history, and they become the history. Nobody is using it. So ultimately, there should be usage in the market, ample amount of usage in the market. Then only the product will going to work and sustain in the business for a longer run. So few of the organizations may have utilized the same marketing approach, modern marketing approach, but it would require a lot of manual effort to compile all the data, and all the time we have to collect the data and refresh the data because of the change in the customer behavior, because ultimately everybody is different, the approach is different, their thought is different, how they deal with a particular thing is quite different. So for that matter, it is important to collect individual information so that we can provide a personal experience to them. Somebody open the email in the morning, somebody like to open the email when they go to the bed, and somebody would like to consume the content in a form of a video, somebody would like to directly connect with the content through a seminars. So different people have their different taste, and accordingly, we have to serve them. We have to identify and we have to serve them because there is no choice. Organizations have no choice in in modern era. This is the information age, and everybody has the information. Now the competition is on the organization side. Earlier, it was the competition on the customer side. They have the no scope, they no choice at all. They have to fully rely on the ads we see through the TV or the banners, hoardings on the roadside. These were only the source of information from where the person really find out the information. Okay, if we have this problem, this is the solution. We have no other choice. We cannot find the way. We cannot do the Google to find out all the relevant products or services around the problem. But now everything got flipped. Now the ball is on uh, the user side. Now they have the fully control on where they can go buy the product, subscribe for a services. And if somebody is not committed, fully committed, or provide the expected level of satisfaction to a customer, then the customer then obviously will choose and go for a next option available in the market. And this is where your all marketing automation platforms helping the organizations to achieve their goals with a marketing approach, providing the integrated solution, and also compiling, giving a solution where you can put up all the data back into your system, which will work like a central solution. You can utilize it and then have the same data across your system. If This is your Mkto, where you have all the information about a customer, 360-degree view of your information. Then this information, you can share it with your event platform if you are conducting some webinar services. And similarly, few chunks of information, you can utilize it in your Facebook. For example, you have a list of people who attended an event. Now, let us suppose there are 100 people attended an event. And out of 100, let's say 10 people signed up and show some interest, which through which they want to connect with your sales team. Ultimately, they have shown some level of interest where you can think that these interested customers maybe get converted if we route them to the sales team. And out of 10, the remainings, we have 90 people. We cannot leave them behind. Still, we have some potential among the 90 because they come up to the event. Out of 1,000, we got 400 registrations, and out of 400 registrations, we have these 100 people, and out of 100, we got 90. So somewhere they are interested. Maybe one or two things are missing in our campaign, missing in our information. So in order to serve them, we can share this data with your social media platform, so-called your custom audience. These platforms are taking this audience as a custom audience because we have a data, we have a list, and we are uploading the list to your social account saying that we want to only target this set of data. So we have this 90 data. For example, if you upload this data to your Facebook account or LinkedIn or from wherever you are doing the social marketing, now whenever you create any campaign there, you have an option to either target only specifically to those 90 people. And when we are doing this practice, it will consider as your retarget marketing, where we are sharing the additional information. If somebody is not interested in here, maybe we can give them the best deal, try to give them the best deal in terms of giving additional discount or some additional benefits, feature, or anything around that, so that ultimately they they come back to us and try to connect with the sales team for a closure. So these are all the things possible because of your marketing automation system. Your entire manual work will be taken care by your automation platforms. You can automate your entire work, sharing your data across the system, then receiving the data in terms of a feedback back into the system, and managing your entire system. Automate your work with the data management. You can automate your identification of bad records, decayed leads in your system, so that you can keep your system neat and clean, and improve the efficiency of your system, so that there is no latency issue, no problem, no business impact, no technical impact, and many more things around it, which we will learn in the subsequent sessions. So if you look at the Mkto, once we log in into the system, these are the core 4 applications which you can relate with your team members, and every team members have their own set of responsibility. If somebody's responsibility is to take out the reports and share the reports, then you can provide them the access to analytics. If we click on the analytics, we have this type of reports. So because of the sandbox access, it has a limited set of reports. Apart from that, there are some other analyzer reports as well, which will provide you the channel level performance, which particular marketing channel is performing, your email, event, nurture, or PPC campaign, Facebook, or any kind of a channel, whichever is performing or not performing, you can find out with the analyzer report. And these are the basic reports which will give you the statistical information. Just like in case of an email, how many emails sent from your system, how many of them get delivered, percentage of bounce, percentage of open rate, click to open. So all the metrics around the emails, so that you can find the gaps for improvement and improve your further campaigns, your future email campaigns, by applying the improvement. If you see the low open rate versus you were expecting from the campaign, then you can work on the subject line. If you're okay with the open rate and there is something missing in the click rate, open to click is quite low, then the industry average, versus your previous campaigns, then obviously you have to work on the content, because somewhere there is a disconnection between your subject line versus the content you have in your system, in your email. So you have it, these metrics will help you to identify the gaps, and accordingly you work on the gaps. So people performance report will give you the growth of your database over a period of time. How many new records added into your system? Web page activity help you to track the activity of your third-party websites, third-party landing pages, the landing pages which is not built in your Marketo. By default, Marketo track all the activities through their assets. The landing page created in your Marketo don't need any additional tracking code. But if you want to track your third-party website through your Google through your Marketo means, then you have to add that scripting code, and then you would able to track it. But it will provide a very basic information. It is not uh, quite that standard. Uh, you cannot expect the same kind of a result the Google Analytics providing to us, or the heat map services we have from the Microsoft Clarity. We will not get that kind of a report, but still you will find a basic information. Then email insight, this is the advanced form of your email marketing. This is email performance report, just provide you the number, but here it will provide you the graphical view of your report. Then engagement performance report, how well your nurture programs are performing, then overall the program performance. Then if you want to see the performance of a particular call to action, we have this link performance report. Then this is the social influence. If you have something on your landing page and you enable the landing page content to be shared with your visitors network, social network, like if I am a customer, I visited your landing page and I find it interesting that this event is quite interesting. If I share, maybe somebody in my network may join in or may find useful as well. So I can share that particular content, the paragraph of content, directly in my social network by using the social enablement from the marketer. And if you want to track the performance from that angle, then this is the report will help you find out how many people visited the page versus out of them how many shared the content in their respective network. Then landing page performance, individual landing pages we create in your marketer system to promote your webinars, to drive the registrations, and for any other purposes. If you want to track how many people visited your landing page versus how many filled out a form, you can find out through a landing page performance. So I have a separate video altogether, video course. I will share the video course with everybody else. You can watch it. It's quite easy. And still, if you have any question, you can come back to me for clearing any doubts. Then people by status. People by status is basically your progress of your data through the customer journey, because customer journey is something shared by your sales team and the marketing team. If I quickly give you a demo, we all know about the sales and marketing funnel. If we represent the sales and marketing funnel through this diagram, some portion is taken care by the marketing team and some portion is taken care by your sales team. So marketing team goal is to acquire new leads from all the possible sources, from Facebook, from Google, from offline marketing, from event, from exhibition, from all such services, we acquire the new leads into our marketing system. Then we do the nurture by email services, by doing the educational webinars, blogs, videos, any such content we are sharing time to time with our prospects so that they finally become a customer in future. So through the nurture, we make them sales ready. And once they show that minimum level of interest, a threshold, so called the threshold, just like we have the minimum passing marks in academic system. Similarly, we have here the minimum scoring marks for each lead to get it through the sales team. So we once the person reach a particular threshold in terms of product fitness and the product interest, we transfer the lead to the sales team. So if we try to understand the entire diagram in terms of stages, we have typically the three core stages. and then we can break it down into more constituent stages, but typically we have three stages: awareness, consideration, and decision. So awareness is something where we share our material with our prospect, try to get them know about us, who we are, what we do, what are the products and services we have, what the problems you have we can solve. So we have the awareness stage. Then consideration stage, where we share the consistent content in the format they are looking for, and educate them around the services, educate them around the problem they are facing. Then finally, once they find the enough information and enough interest towards our services, we share this data with the sales team, and we basically follow the customer journey. For example, this is the starting point and this is the destination where we made the sales. So we have some stages. This is your awareness, this is your consideration, this is your decision. And if you take in another example, we have unknown. From unknown to it become your known, from known to become lead, from lead to become marketing qualified lead, marketing qualified to sales accepted, then sales qualified, then opportunity created, then opportunity closed, so in all. So these are the typical stages we have in the customer journey. So when we look at this MQL, so till that time, sales team do not touch the data for sales conversation, for the sales process. They wait for the transfer of the lead. What the moment it become the MQL, means marketing, it get qualified from the marketing team, then only the sales team do their process. So basically, it's like a status button, just like in a railway system. If you look at the network, they have the signal and they follow the signal: red, yellow, and green. So this is a green signal, MQL. The moment the marketing team make the status, any score status, they make it as a MQL, marketing qualified. It becomes a green signal for the sales team. Now they can take over the lead. Their marketing's responsibility has been completed for that particular record. Now moving forward, your sales responsibility has begun. Now they can process with the sales process. They have the sales acceptance or the inside sales team. Then they qualify the sales. Then they schedule the call or the meeting with the field marketers. So in all, whatever the process they have according to the business. So this is the structure they follow. And here, the person status is something helping you to track the progress of data, where they are in the customer journey, which particular team should take care about this particular lead right now, according to the statuses. So all the statuses, because even if you take an example of the leads here, not all the leads gets converted at a sales team. Maybe the conversion rate is 20%, 30%, 40%. It means that there are the portion of lead getting rejected by the sales team. Maybe because of the budget issue, maybe because of the losing interest, or anything around that. If there is a possibility that this lead has the temporary issue, in future they become a customer, then they route this lead back to the marketing team and they mark it as a maybe whatever the statuses they use it, maybe as a reject or disqualify. Maybe disqualify they use it. Reject is something for a permanent failure of a lead, means that lead is nowhere have the qualification for your products and services. Just like if somebody, the Maruti 800 buyer, try to buy, look, explore the product for a Mercedes, they won't be able to, they not even entertain them. Why? Because they know the product interest is fine, but there is a question mark on the product fitness. The person is not fit for the product. So these are all the typical reports. You will find out the more detailed information in the video course. I will share the link. Then if you go back to the default interface, we have a database. If we click on the database, this is where you can manage your entire record. And even if you want to find out something about a particular lead, you have to search the lead with their name, with their ID, with the job title, whatever the little bit information you have it. And basis that it will show up all the relevant result. Then If, for example, this is the lead you were looking for, and you want to know more about this lead in terms of information, where the person is working, their recent activity with respect to the Marketo assets, the landing page visited, then emails received by this person, then double click on it. It will open up a new tab, so called your lead details page. This is your custom view where you can find out a quick information about the page. This is your personal information, first name, last name, email, age, country, all the information. This is a company related information, then opportunity related information, which will gonna fetch out from your CRM system. Then activity log, the entire history of a lead, which particular pages visited by a person, then emails received by a person, when the email received, when the person opened the email, the scoring update done on the system. So any activity done by a system versus the also the activity done by a user. So user driven actions and system driven actions, both the things you will find out here in the activity log. And apart from that, we have this system smart list we will talk about in the Marketo database. Then we have a custom created smart list, means as a Marketo user, we used to create it so that we can use it frequently in our marketing campaigns. Similarly, we have another set of list. This is a static list. We will talk about it in the future session. What exactly the meaning of your static list, then a smart list as a part of your program components. Okay, so this is the location where you can manage your list, you can maintain it, and this is the segmentation. Basis the attributes, basis the country, basis the gender, basis the geography, title, languages, anything around that. So you can manage your data here, which eventually utilized by the marketing campaigns. So this is your database. Then we have a design studio. Design studio is the area where your designer, your developers are working for creating emails, for creating your landing pages, for creating the forms. Marketer forms are very basic. And in order to make and create a better visual experience for a customer, make it matching your form with your landing pages, we had to work on the CSS, styling, beautification of your forms. So all the things are done here within the design studio. We have email templates, we have an emails, we have a forms, then images and files. So as a part of your program component, we will see the meaning of your email template, why we have a template, then why we have a emails, then how to create the process of creating an emails and email templates, same thing for a landing pages, then for a forms. And apart from that, if you have anything you would like to add it as a marketer collateral, for example, you have some PDF file, you want to share it over an email, just drag and drop the file here in the Marketo system, then use the link, just like here. If I click on it, this is the URL, we can use it and embed in our marketing emails. So the person could directly get the material in from the link itself. Call to action. So this area is basically for your designer team. So maybe now you are realizing the marketing automation platform is a platform where all the teams collaborated. You're designing for designing any stuff, you have a marketing, or you have a place in your marketing automation itself. Your designer will also work on the Marketo. The reporting team will also work on a Marketo. Your database team will also work on a Marketo. Then marketing team itself work on a Marketo. If you click on the marketing activities, this is the core area. And as a marketer, 90% of the time we will spend here working on this stuff. This is the location we can create all the campaigns. These are all the type of campaigns: email campaigns, engagement, event, and the default one, we can customize it according to our need. Then we have our trigger campaign. These are all the type of smart campaigns which help us to automate our task. Trigger campaign, batch campaign, executable. We will learn all the type of campaigns, smart campaigns. Then these are all the assets we have: emails, forms, landing pages, list, smart list, then program level reports we can create it, SMS services are not something by default supported by Mkto, but with the help of third-party services, it is supported. And if you have any question around the app services, you can ask me separately. Okay, so we have all the stuff here. We can create the campaign, and also we can monitor what's going on with your system. Right now, as we can see that there are 28 active campaigns. So this is like your security screen from where you can monitor your entire marketing activity at once in a single glance. At a single glance, we can find out exactly going happen in your system. If you can find out the invalid campaigns, or by any chance uh, somebody in your marketing team has done something wrong in your campaign, and because of that failure, Mkto was still not activated. So we can make a list of all the invalid campaigns by applying the filter and export the data and share it with your team, so that the team could work on it directly. That these are the list of invalid campaigns means you need to fix it. That's why they are not activated yet. Maybe somewhere the mistaken has been done in the smart list criteria. The criteria who qualify the record and process the actions. It is quite interesting working in a campaign or even understanding the functionality of a campaigns. So in future session, we will also see all the things around the campaigns, how we can deal with the campaigns, how we can customize it. This is the campaign queue. If the campaign is active and processing your record, you will find out the relevant information here in the campaign queue. So this is the area where as a marketer, we work, create the campaigns, and get the results from the analytics tab by using the data from the database. Then we have the admin area. Admin area is basically the super user of your market instance, whose responsibility is not something related with the marketing campaigns, not related with the designer studio. This is the administrator, just like we have an admin office in our corporate offices, just like we have an admin team who take care of the arrangements, facilitation, services. So it's the same thing here in a Marketo instance. It's as an administrator, it is a job of your administrator to provide the consistent and seamless experience for your marketers or all your Marketo users. And even if they are facing any issue, your job is to troubleshoot the issue and fix the issue so that they can perform the day-to-day tasks without any failure. So you can monitor your activity, you can enhance your marketer security so that nobody can steal the information, no authorized person should log in into your system, and you can control the entire marketer security, providing the SSO login so that nobody can utilize or share the same login ID and password with the multiple persons or outside the organization. So you can secure your instance from the security stuff. Similarly, we have the other stuff relevant to your campaigns. You can take some control, just like if we talk about the communication limit. Sometimes it happens the people are not following the legal practices for doing the marketing campaign, especially the country like India, Africa. People not take care about the privacy concerns, not even bother about they taking the permissions from the user before sending the marketing emails, before dialing the number for a product selling call. So they just looking for an information, contactable information, without taking care of anything else. So this communication limit will help you to limit your data, how many times a data can be touched for marketing services. And in case of a marketer, it is your email. You can restrict or record how many emails a person should receive in a day at any given of time. And similarly, how many emails a person should receive throughout a week. And if your marketing team have utilized all the number of limits, then they have to wait for an entire week so that the value will get reset for the next usage. So communication limit will help the interest of your customer. How many times a person should be tested? Twice a day, thrice a week, or whatever according to your organization's plan. So we have some controls here. This other stuff will help you to take and give or provide some kind of a control in your marketing activities, so that you can mitigate any mishappening to happen in your system by any chance. So this is your other stuff. You can control it directly from your Marketo instance, just like a central government system, state government system. So central government system has some rules. When they created, they automatically by default will get applied to the respective states. So it's like here, these are all the rules. When we make any kind of a rule in a smart campaign, this will gonna apply to all the smart campaigns created by your marketing team. Same thing with the email, same thing with the communication limit, same thing with the channels, or by any means, if you are tracking your progress of your records through the programs, everything can be controlled from here. And that's why you have an administrator role. And as an administrator, your responsibility to take care of your system, also govern your system and take the necessary actions, control your system. Also, you can look out and navigate what your people are doing in your system, the audit trail. If you click on the audit trail, you can investigate a particular action being done by your system, by your user. For example, this is a person, and this person performs some reports creation work in your market instance. If you double click on it, it will fetch up the information, name of the user, email ID of the user, action performed by a user, the asset type, asset name, and the work is the location where the person created the material, and this is the time according to this time zone. So all this kind of a report you can find out. It's like a CCTV camera. You can close monitor of your instance, and especially by any chance if something got escalated from a system, now you want to ask your team to do an investigation. This is the process. If you have some suspect around a person that this person may have done something wrong, so you can ask your team to do the investigation by using the name of this person, applying the filter here, go to the user, select a particular user, and then the respective filters, you can put up the time frame and even the asset type against which you want to do the investigation, click on apply. So it will pops up with the relevant activities from your system, from your activity logs. Same thing we have in admin. So this is quite interesting. Okay. And apart from that, we go back to the admin console. Now another section we have integration. All the things cannot be done from a marketer. We have to have used the third-party services to fulfill the need of our marketing, because no platform in the market can provide all the services. Even they try to, but they cannot provide 100% services for any or for all the organizations. Why? Because of the maintenance, because of the maintenance cost, creation of the cost, developing cost. So it incurs some kind of a cost, and if you are not making any business out of it, then eventually you have to deprecate the service from a system. So that's why all the, even the most prominent service providers we have in a planet, they cannot come up with all the type of solutions which help all the organization. Nobody has to do look outside the organization. So these are the integration service which will help you to connect with your third party services, whichever the services you are using to fulfill the need of your marketing activities, and then you can get the data back into your marketer, or even you can share the data with your third party services wherever needed, just like in case of a target retarget campaigns. If you have something in your marketer database and you want to retarget them so that you can convert them, or making the chances of or the probability of higher conversion, we used to do the retargeting campaigns. So you can also perform it by connecting your market instance with your social network, social accounts. So you can connect with your social accounts. You can have your API services, which will help you to connect with your custom application. By any chance, if you're as an organization, you have developed your own application, in-house application, that can also be integrated with your API services, webhook services we have, then launchpoint services we have, which provide an easy way to connect with your service provider who works as a partner with Marketo, with your Adobe. Then CRM services, you can connect with the CRM. Either you have, if you have a Dynamics or SADC, you can connect the application. Then the additional services we have, like Google Capture services, which help you to track how many forms filled by the robots versus the human user. So this is the integration which help you to connect with your third-party application. It's like a Internet of Things, IoT services. Then we have a database management. So database management is basically helping you to deal with the records fields we have in a Mkto. Because ultimately, in order to retain the data in a Mkto, we should have the respective fields. Let us suppose this is a database represented in a form of an Excel, the first column representing your headers, your first name, last name, email address, phone number, organization, so and all. So depending upon the size of your data and how many or the type of data you are collecting, you may need to create the custom field in your system or custom column in generic term. So this custom field can be created within the database management so that you can store more information. For example, if you want to store a family information, then add all such relevant fields. Your your brother name, your sister name, then about your education qualification, then academic records, previous professional information. So anything around that. You whenever you need to create an additional information where you do not have an appropriate field in your Marketo system, then you have to create a custom one. So we can create a custom field here. Then similarly, we have a Marketo objects to group together your uh, information, just like typically in Marketo, if you look at the company information, they are segregated and collected together, so it become your company object. And lead object is something where you find the lead related information. Your lead first name, last name, email address means personal information. Similarly, if you have to deal with the opportunity information, then opportunities again your become your object. So by default system has some objects, and in some cases we had to create a custom object to contain more additional information. So this is quite interesting, but it is not important for now as an expert. But in future, if you want to know more about this information, obviously you can connect with me. You can ask me at any point of time. Then we have a custom activities, just like we said, no platform provide all the services which may help you to fulfill the need of your marketing. So most of the time you have a Marketo where you can build your assets, but at the same time you have a third party platform as well. But by any chance, neither your Marketo nor your platform, your third party services provide that services, then in that case, you can create your own custom application by taking the help of your developers. And if you create any application, if you take an example of the real estate services and you want to track the attendance of all the property visitors by using some attendance method by creating some custom Android application, for example, mobile application where you can capture the information of all the property visitors. Then that thing can be integrated back to your Marketo where you can store the data with the help of custom activity. It will help you to track all the data back into your system, who visited the property, and then uh, after collecting the data, you can create the subsequent campaigns, relevant campaigns around the data you have collected. Thank you for visiting the property. Did you like it? Would you like to connect with our team 101 or any financial help you are looking for? Anything around that. You can make a subsequent follow-ups. Then validation rule. You can apply a rule. Earlier, we used to have a JavaScript code, or the organizations need to implement the JavaScript code or any scripting code which put some additional restrictions on your form. Especially in case of a B2B, you do not want anybody to use the free email addresses to sign up for an event. You only want the user to have their business email addresses, the valid business email addresses. And in order to provide that type of restriction, now we don't need to go by the JavaScript code. We have the global form validation. We can apply the global form validation. With the help of this validation, we can apply the rule that if somebody is coming from these free services as well as with this competitor email addresses or the competitors domain having the email addresses, they won't be able to do the sign up. Okay, so we can apply the global validation rule here. So we have this thing inside the admin, we have the analytics, we have a database, we have a design studio. So before working on any marketing automation platform, it is important to understand the reason behind why we are using the platform. What is the purpose of having a platform at all? So modern marketing is the main reason behind the automation platforms, and the objective of modern marketing is altogether is something achieved by your marketing automation platforms. They are helping us to attain the objective of your marketing automation, to provide the personalized experience. And ultimately, if you provide the personalized experience, they eventually come back to you whenever they have any plan in future to buy the products and services, and you are providing the services, then they will going to first think about your service, not about the other services, because you have built a strong relationship by providing the relevant and genuine information the person can rely on. Okay, so that's all we have in our today's session. If you have any question, you can feel free to unmute yourself, and you can ask, or otherwise you can put in the chat window.
Good morning, Sukesh. No, I didn't get the Mkto access.